So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Keyholes Are for Peeping. 1972. This is going to be another Doris Wishman flick. It's rated X. Get the full frontal nudity for both male and female. Actually, it's unrated. I stand corrected. It's like watching a David F. Friedman soft porn. But it's got some comedy that's so ridiculous and campy. It's not funny, but it still has unintentional humor, if that makes sense. You've got a Jerry Lewis impersonator here who's been in a handful of movies, none of which I have previously seen. He's got bad dental work and long hair. Sammy Petrillo. This is 1 hour, 10 minutes, but on Tubi, it's 1 hour, 15 minutes. According to IMDb, it's 1 hour, 10 minutes. It gets a low 3.6 out of 10 on IMDb. One of those so bad that it's good type movies. 234 ratings. Funny parody of adult films starring Petrillo. The group session for marriage counseling is kind of reminded me of my second marriage. And the funny thing was that my ex-wife tried to use it against me in court, and she didn't get very far. Oh, well. She tried her best to make me look bad. All right. More like this, A Good Lawyer's Wife, The Sex Perils of Paulette, Hide Out in the Sun, which I just reviewed, and Love Toy. So what happened was I was renting Out for Justice from Amazon Prime. Hey, it's me, Mr. Karate Man. I have a recommendation. You want to know what it is? Okay. Let me guess. An action movie. A lamestream PG movie? I have none right now. Yeah, I noticed. Karate Man's in the chat room. He's asking me what's on my list. So anyways, I was on Amazon Prime. I rented Out for Justice. I watched the first minute and then I realized that I had already seen and reviewed Out for Justice. I just wasted $3 on Amazon Prime Video. And once you push the play button on Amazon Prime Video, it's impossible to get a refund. So I just wasted $3 on that. I said, forget this. I'm going to skip over Karate Man duplicate stuff, and I'm just going to get to the Doris Wishman. I'm going to go straight to Doris Wishman. Taglines will titillate the cookies of your heart. First acting credit for Saul Meth. Great actor. Mrs. Bevel. Here's a quote from Mrs. Bevel reading a newspaper. Oi, what's happening in the world today? Everybody's a phony. All right. Here's a review from Stud, dated July 27th, 1999, on IMDb. No rating, just a review. It says, mediocre but somewhat funny. This movie is probably the low light of Wishman's career. It does boast some laughs. However, Sammy Petrillo's jokes are weak. Sammy Petrillo is the Jerry Lewis impersonator, but his performance saves him overall. Keyholes was his last movie. Martin Jacko gives a fine performance in an uncredited role. I would recommend this movie if you are in the mood for some fun but not expecting much. Okay, so there you have the review. Basically, it's about a Jerry Lewis impersonator trying to be a amateur correspondence course marriage counselor at this apartment complex. In the meantime, the janitor is peeping in these holes. You get all these filtered sex scenes, and but the camera angles aren't funky. You get the full frontal and everything. Like I said, it's like watching a David F. Friedman movie from the 70s, from around this time. It's like watching Country Cousins, basically. Don't you just wish to retire? Do you ever want forever and ever? Well, I probably won't retire for another 20 years, so I'm not really thinking about that. A karate man hates his job. He wants to retire. All right. So cool flick. Highly recommended. Check it out. 5 out of 5 stars. Keyholes are for peeping. And only 234 ratings. Very obscure Doris Wishman flick. I don't know Martin Jacko. I'll have to look that up. Martin Jacko. I don't even know who Martin Jacko is. I can't find Martin Jacko anywhere. But I'd rather make money from the trees. Another dream we all wish. I made about $1,500 on Robinhood today because Bloom Energy shot up, and I had 22 call options. They were about to expire on Friday, and it just went straight up. So I was pretty happy about that. But then I bought Reddit call options. That went straight down. Fortunately, not the options price were kind of high, and it was kind of out there. Or become an action star, make millions or billions. I thought action stars made millions and billions back in the 90s. Unless you're like, I don't know, one of these modern guys with Keanu Reeves, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dwayne Johnson. Obviously, I would throw that in. Okay. So Karate Man is greedy. He's got a positive, greedy outlook. He wants lots of money, and he wants to be an action star. He wants to be in the public eye, I guess. One of these lame string actors like Keanu Reeves. All right, cool. Let's see. Point Break Speed in the John Wick series. Keanu Reeves. He's still making action movies at age 60. All right, cool. Well, nice chatting with you, Karate Man. I'll answer your question about how far down my list that the movie you asked me about. Let me guess, it's an action movie. I do have an action movie coming down the pike. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But first, let me check my comments because I didn't quite catch what movie Karate Man was referring to when he was asking me how many years. Might be how many months. I don't know. Oh, look. Might be how many weeks. How many days. Because I only go 3 down my list. I'm not going to go through my entire list. That would take me an hour. I've got almost 2,000 television shows and movies to watch. Shorts and you name it. Everything, anything and everything. The Ambulance with Eric Roberts. Doesn't ring a bell. Of course, I won't get any how about Doris Wishman for life? Steve James. I think I got tired of his huffing and puffing in American Ninja 2. Like he's battling the air and he's doing all this moaning and groaning. Steve James. He was in another movie with Duty Cough. All right, I'm pulling up my list now. I should have had it up in front of me, but I was busy doing the study of the faith with my fellow legionaries. The vice president of the Legion of Mary, he's kind of lazy. Like he only shows up or participates maybe once a week for maybe like an hour. And then he just disappears. So they're trying to make me vice president of the Legion of Mary, which I guess involves study of the faith. Okay, so I'm going to delete Keyholes are for Peeping. I just reviewed it. Cool flick. We love Doris Wishman on this channel. All right, so next up is Excessive Force, 1993. Then I've got The Prince and the Nature Girl, 1964. And then I've got Don't Look in the Basement 2, 2015. So that's what's coming down the pike. Now let me see about the Ambulance. This crazy man upstairs keeps yelling. He's from New York and he yells at his girlfriend all day long. All right, here we go. The ambulance. The ambulance is 5 years from now. So there you have it. I will respond to Karate Man. It is on my list. Where did Karate Man go? So it's 669 on my list. I will reply to Karate Man's comment shortly. $669 on my list. Bam! Reply. Karate Man really likes Cynthia Rothrock. I'm surprised he didn't say Cynthia Rothrock for life. He says Jean-Claude Van Damme for life, Seagal for life, Arnold for life, Stallone for life, Chuck Norris for life, Duty Call for life, Jeff Speakman for life, Steve James for life, and how can we forget David Bradley for life? I don't know about Seagal for life. You never recommend any of his new stuff. The guy can barely walk, and so they put him in cameos, I think. Those are the movies that I want to see. The more recent Steven Seagal movies. I want to see if they're so bad that they're good type movies. Like this movie, Keyholes Are for Peeping. Well, I hope you enjoyed my video. Nice chatting with you, Karate Man. Laters. He's back in the chat room right when I'm about to end my stream.